Every year, Fortnite has one collab that gets an insane amount of hate. From the crossover just not being a great fit, or the star getting themselves in controversy, today let's explore 20 Fortnite collabs roasted by fans. Imagine being told you only have 30 days to explore the original Chapter 2 island before it vanishes forever. And while you're enjoying the nostalgia, we're gonna swap out your favorite POIs with rappers. Welcome to Fortnite Remix, when fans were told hip-hop legends were coming to the game, only for them to see the shark replaced with Ice Spice. Huh? Not only do fans say she wasn't a hip-hop legend, they even joked that her POI should be named the Shart instead. When Halloween came around this year, it was just as goofy. We learned Billy the Puppet was coming to the game when a mysterious TV showed the Saw collab. It wasn't until Fortnite Mares actually happened and treated fans the human-sized Billy with an insane bob cut.
Oh, hell no!
In that same season, we were getting a lot of Marvel characters, and one of the best was War Machine. Honestly, a great outfit, no complaints. Well, that's until you look at the rest of his set. When fans went to equip his pickaxe, they were expecting the perfect opportunity. Surely it would be War Machine's actual melee weapon.
Sorry, Cap, this won't kill you, but it ain't gonna tickle either.
What if I told you it was a random missile on a stick instead? Immediately fans roasted this, pointing out how the backbling and pickaxe, both literally just being bombs, is so funny. Like, yeah. That's still not as ridiculous as the time they messed up a simple crossover. Not gonna lie, we really weren't expecting to see Leatherface of all people this Fortnite Mares. He's a pretty R-rated character. And again, we also got Billy the Puppet, so anything is possible nowadays. Except when Leatherface actually came out, he didn't even have a leather face. Fans gave him hilarious names like Burlap Face and Sackhead. Some of them even said he looked like Patrick Star. Not to mention, he wasn't really scary in the slightest. His worst enemy was a freaking pumpkin. Now, at least fans got Leatherface. If you were excited to see fresh characters in the Marvel season, you were about to get slapped in the face by Epic. You want a new Captain America? Well, best we could do is Captain Jonesy. This got worse. Maybe you're a massive Sabretooth fan and hear rumors that he's coming to the game. In your excitement, you save up V-Bucks only for the item shop to update with Meowtooth.
You what?
The funniest of all, we learned we were getting a new Ghost Rider skin, and the previous one definitely needed a Chapter 5 facelift. Well, the excitement quickly faded when fans realized it would be a Durr Burger version, quickly calling him a knockoff Burger King outfit and offering a different name, the Meat Rider.
Hey yo, what the f?
Not all crossovers are inherently worthy of being roasted. Take the new Disney villains, for example. On the surface, there's nothing wrong with them at all. They all look amazing and super accurate to the films they're from. Except that's because I'm showing you them in the lobby or official trailers. It's when you see these guys in Battle Royale holding pump shotguns that things get hilarious. Now, things got super random in 2023 when Fortnite Mares handed us a wild card outfit. All of a sudden, Alan Wake was in the item shop, and while the actual Alan Wake games are highly reviewed and loved by players, at the end of the day, he's just a generic dude. When it comes to Fortnite, his character design isn't actually exciting. I mean, who wants to run around as an author in Battle Royale? Hilariously, some fans roasted him with a simple, genuine question. What is he from? Now, you don't have to ask that for Marvel skins, especially when the best films are getting crossovers. Spider-Verse has brought us Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, even Miguel O'Hara. So when we heard Spider-Woman was coming to the game, fans were hoping to see Jessica Drew join the collection. Well, that's until Fortnite took us by surprise by adding a boring comic book version. And for those who did want her, Epic included a super expensive instrument in the bundle, jacking up the price of the whole set and taking a spot from people who wanted a glider. Although if you are interested in music items, the Metallica collab was definitely for you. It sounded amazing on paper, the skins looked good, their mythic guitar was awesome. What could go wrong? Well, fans just weren't into it, roasting this crossover for their lackluster UEFN concert in a more colorful language than mine. It seemed like a lot of fans just didn't care about Metallica. I know it's a bold statement, but think about it. The average age of their listeners versus the age of Fortnite players, the math ain't lining up. Even when Fortnite adds something relevant, they get roasted for it. You caught a glimpse of this earlier, but for some reason, there's a Cybertruck in this game, and it took a lot of players by surprise. People were shocked that Epic would add this. In fact, the reaction to it was almost identical to how fans react to the real thing in public. Now, originally, it was free, so you could kind of argue it wasn't really hurting anyone, until Epic dropped it in the item shop just days later for an extortionate price. Not only was this roasted for being so ugly, but fans could not believe Epic would sell out like that. You agree with this? this or disagree? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever wanted to build a UEFN experience but thought it was way too hard? Well, we partner with Creatify so anyone can learn fast. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out or already a pro. Their courses offer expert help no matter the skill level, and now code T5G gets you 10% off. You instantly get access to a massive UEFN content library with topics ranging from cinematic work all the way to custom NPCs and dialogue. They have step-by-step tutorials, on-demand videos, alongside a thriving creative community open to help with anything. They're the first to bring UEFN education to colleges and universities, so don't expect your average YouTube tutorials. If you've been thinking about getting into UEFN, now is the time to join Creatify. Code T5G gets you 10% off, but now, back to the video. Now, they seriously trolled us when they dropped the most unexpected Fortnite outfit this year, Rave Mellow. And don't get me wrong, it's a pretty cool looking skin, but everyone's immediate reaction was,
"You're joking. Not another one?"
After countless marshmallow skins, this was the cherry on top. Although there seemed like a reason for this. A few days later, we were getting packages from Fortnite, and Marshmello remixed our videos into the spy theme of Chapter 2. That, alongside rumors of a concert event, made everyone think Marshmello was gonna be important to the remix season, only for him to not be involved in the slightest. Epic at this point, you have to let it go. It wasn't the only collab to be forced into a random theme, although I have to hand it to Epic because this next one was kinda genius. During the Greek god season, they brought the Nike goddess outfit to the shop. I'd be pretty smart considering Nike was actually from Greek mythology. Except this rubbed fans the wrong way, with them saying who asked for this and calling her outfit a jalapeno Cheeto. That's just disrespectful. Not even the biggest intrusion to the Greek season though. This whole battle pass was designed around Greek gods, and then you just had Korra. It felt shoehorned in, especially when other gods kept getting added to the crew pack and the item shop. Fortnite has previously been good with keeping the secret outfits on theme, like Indiana Jones or Solid Snake, while Korra was just there. Fans were left asking where young Kratos was instead, which would have made a lot more sense than an Avatar crossover. Now, recently, fans laughed even more when the next Nike surprise was revealed. It turns out shoes were coming to Fortnite, and the first ones in a battle pass would be Jordans. Apparently, they work on 95% of skins by next year, so it means we could wear Jordans on the most random outfits, and it's caused people to say shoe collab shouldn't cost more than like 200 V-Bucks. Things got super ridiculous when Iron Man finally returned to the game. It was one of the most anticipated Marvel comebacks, especially when anyone who wanted to play as Tony Stark could only settle for the Hulkbuster ripoff. If you missed the Battle Pass version in 2020, you were out of luck. Until now. Well, that's when Fortnite basically dropped a slap in the face, giving fans Iron Man Mark 45 from Age of Ultron. It was just kinda weird, and to top it off, you couldn't transform. It was locked to the armor style only, so unmasking Tony was impossible. It's not even the strangest part. When they looked at his set, fans realized he didn't have a new glider. In fact, his old one from 2020 wouldn't even work with the Mark 45 because it was nanotech. It made sense until you realized the Mark 45 pickaxe is also nanotech. So instead of that glider, we were treated to a guitar, and as always, people weren't happy about it. So now I'm just showing off times that crossovers were totally roasted by fans, even if the collab had good intentions. Like when Nick A30 came to the game. Honestly, his set looked incredible, especially with all the details on his skin. When it came to the emote though, a lot of fans had to say this was a cringe song.
You know I'll never back down, never would.
Some reactions were, never do rap again, and no way people are hyping this. Nick, I love ya, but that was the reaction. Now, speaking of creators, at least Nick A30 is a Fortnite YouTuber. But when TikTokers that have nothing to do with the game suddenly get their own Battle Pass skin, you can see why fans roasted it. If you weren't around back then, I'm referring to Kabi LeMay, who was brought to the Last Resort Battle Pass simply to bring more people to Fortnite. While his fans may have loved it, those of us already playing the game had the same feeling. Who wanted this? And biggest waste of a Battle Pass slot possible. I mean, to be fair to Kabi, his set was pretty sick. Now, if there's an expert on the Peter Griffin collab, you know I'm your guy. So when I tell you the reaction to Peter was full of laughter, you get the impression his collab was destined to be roasted. He dropped in the game with a whole backstory, drinking Meowscles expired slurp juice and becoming super buff. Totally out of left field, no one expected one of the most iconic cartoon characters of all time to be changed like this in Fortnite, especially when his rival, the Giant Chicken, dropped, proving Peter could have been his original size. Still not as roasted as the time McLaren joined Fortnite. Oh, exciting, some of us thought. Maybe we'll get a cool hypercar or something we could show off to our friends. No, they tried to somehow connect this to the Marvel season, capitalizing off the superhero fans, so that is when they came up with the weirdest idea of all, the Doommobile. If that wasn't enough, maybe you wanted to cruise in Iron Man's car or War Machine. Let's just say things got out of hand. The funniest part is Stark's McLaren is more expensive than the actual Iron Man skin. It was the biggest issue for fans. I can understand why people are upset. Another one worthy of roasting was the Rosy Rift Ariana skin. Even fans of her weren't having this reskin. It was literally just a recolor of a previous outfit, and they sold it separately. Ariana fans wanted outfits she actually wore. Meanwhile, her item shop skins were just based on the live event, and the second one was made up for Halloween, barely inspired by a music video. Other Icon series gets outfits based on the real album eras like Lady Gaga and The Weeknd, while Ariana fans can't help but laugh at the lazy reskins. And the king of lazy crossovers has to be the most ridiculous collab in years. Fortnite wanted a way to bring the Mandalorian back to the game. They kind of fumbled it last time by making him exclusive to the Battle Pass, so now they couldn't make millions from selling him in the shop. What is the weirdest solution they did? The Mando car. Oh, and for people who have been begging for lightsaber pickaxes this whole time, they rub salt in the wound with their next item, lightsaber boosts.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Alright, well, don't forget to subscribe. We're on the road to 7 million. It's been Tommy. Keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.